From Boca Raton, Florida, the home of Lynn University, and site of the 2012 final presidential debate, this is Beyond the Brief.
Hello and welcome to Beyond the Brief. My name is Milan Dorji.
And I am Jennifer Murillo.
We're now 3 days away from the final presidential debate being hosted by Lynn University.
Remember to keep yourself updated on recent news by tweeting to our iPulse account and using the Lynn Debate hashtag.
You can also follow our school's media outlets on Foursquare and Facebook. Plus, you can check out the debate events calendar for all of the fun activities going on here on campus this weekend.
On Tuesday this week, the second presidential debate took place at Hofstra University in New York. In this opportunity, the public was able to ask direct questions to the candidates in a town hall format setting. CNN political correspondent and anchor Candy Crowley moderated the event. Economy, education, job creation, and energy efficiency were amongst the topics discussed. President Obama and Governor Romney engaged in heated discussions that sometimes led to constant interruptions and outbursts. Was the pressure too much to take for the candidates? Who addressed citizen issues in the best way? These are questions you'll have to debate on as a voter. Either way, we now turn to our focus to the vice presidential debate that took place on October 11th, for which Lynn University hosted a watch party and Knights Court. Matt Perpich reports.
Students at the third and final presidential debate site here at Lynn University went to Knights Court and saw the vice presidential debate.
I love the format, particularly because it's the same format that we're going to have here on campus. That table that you saw is the same one that's going to be used here. I think it lends itself to a lively discussion, as we saw this evening, and there's something different between being standing at podiums and being put together at a table. I'm not sure if it makes you any more civil, perhaps, but the exchanges are much more natural, it appears to me.
Ryan kind of lacked in the area that Romney did. He wasn't as strong. He didn't answer every question, and Biden was very strong, opinionated. He knew what he was doing. He knew what he wanted to get across. He had an agenda set, and he seemed like he got through everything he wanted to say.
I look forward to all the presidential debates. I'm on the debate team, and we always look forward to seeing what the candidates have to say, any new information and facts that could help sway people to vote. That's just so important.
What I took away was basically Joe Biden's attitude towards the presidential debate. He kind of was a little more aggressive, and he kind of laughed, interrupted Paul Ryan a lot, and he kind of interrupted the moderator. And I think it was an agenda that the Obama administration wanted, because Obama in the last presidential debate was a little defensive, and they wanted Biden to come more aggressively, and I think that's going to hurt him in the end.
I think both candidates did an excellent job. Clearly we can, after seeing the first debate and the second debate, we can, declare who won the second debate. I think it was very important seeing, Joe Biden defend his administration on what they have accomplished throughout the 4 years and what they will be planning to do the next 4 years. Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan's plan, I think, they presented it to the American people. And if the American people choose that that's the right plan, that they want to move forward, they would elect them as the next president.
2 debates are down here, 2 more to go. I'm Matt Perpich, reporting for Beyond the Brief.
The Florida Society of News Editors had a panel discussion event at the AG Theater this past Monday. The importance of the Hispanic vote was the main focus on the conversation. Our anchor, Jennifer Murillo, reports.
We are now standing outside the AG Theater here at Lynn University, where the Florida Society of News Editors panel discussion is taking place. Let's take a look at this event.
This is why in many years, public opinion polls show us that the public believes that Democrats do a better job than Republicans on education, on energy, on the environment, on social issues, on children's issues, on Social Security, basically everything except national security. Republicans kept the country safe.
He will about what's happened in Iraq, in Afghanistan, what happened in Libya.
The panelists who participated of the discussion explained the significance of the Hispanic vote in these upcoming elections, especially for the state of Florida.
Immigration and other issues that are not related for the Cuban Americans are the most important for those kinds of Hispanics that are going to make a difference. At the end, Cuban American vote is going to be strong. It's going to be strong, traditionally has been, but there are a lot of Hispanics that are going to make a difference in this election.
Well, the Hispanic vote, like several other voting blocks in Florida, is critically important because it makes up a large part of the electorate.
Here's what's happening this time. This ballot in Florida for November 6th is one of the longest in the country and one of the longest, if not the longest, in Florida's history. It could take voters a half an hour to fill out the ballot, plus the language is very confusing. There are roughly a dozen constitutional amendments being added to our ballot.
We expect a very tight race in Florida, and so every vote from every demographic group is really being fought over.
The biggest symbolic issue for Hispanic voters is immigration. There are tons of people here who may have come in recent years where immigration is a big concern, but there's also a lot of people Hispanics who've come decades ago. Their immigration problems have all been solved, but it's symbolic because how they treat a newcomer is how maybe they're going to treat people who've been here a while too.
Believe me, this election is going to be decided by Hispanic vote, and you can have no doubt about that.
Students who attended were able to get an expert's insight on the key issues that have served in shaping the voting demographics.
I think it was really interesting, something that I thought they really highlighted really well in this panel discussion was the Latin vote, since I am Latin.
The discussion about Cuban and Latino voters was really interesting, just like the controversy of who they're going to vote for and how many undecisive people they are.
The panelists emphasized how the Hispanic vote will be of utmost importance in this upcoming elections. So who are you voting for? This is Jennifer Murillo for Beyond the Brief. Presidential debate fever is now running high on campus. Many of you may wonder, what is Lynn University like at this moment? Our anchor, Milan Dorji, reports.
It's only 3 days away, the Lynn presidential debate on October 22nd. I went around asking Lynn students what their opinions were about the lead up to the debate and how Lynn's handling it.
Hi.
Hi.
As a Lynn student, how do you feel about the debate happening at Lynn?
Well, I'm proud of it. There have been some issues with it. I mean, lately the cafeteria has been really overcrowded. Like a lot of people coming and going from campus, but as an all, I'm very proud of it. It's gonna make both my degree and my fellow Lynn students' degree more valuable. It's cool to be a part of a historical event like a debate, especially since the last debate kind of left it hold. Everything is coming down to this last debate, with Romney winning the first, Obama winning the second. So this promises to be a cool event, and I'm glad to be here.
Do you think this week that we have right now is like kind of a transformation, like Lynn will never be the same again after this week?
I don't want to sound cynical. I don't think there's I think there's definitely the Lynn pre-debate and Lynn post-debate. Just as I think Lynn changed after Haiti, there's a different feeling. I think there's a bigger sense of pride now that the debate's over. And I think in Palm Beach County, they'll be more aware of Lynn in the Florida area. Maybe a little more intrigue, and I certainly hope more people will be wanting to come to Lynn. Now, I don't know how much Lynn will change. I think we'll stay the same and continue to grow. There'll be more opportunities now maybe for to get the CEO to give you the ear. As President Ross said, people that wouldn't care that it's the 50th anniversary now care because we posted the debate, but I don't think there'll be some dramatic change.
What's your opinion on the parking situation?
I think there could always be more shuttles, and although Lynn and the Knights and whatnot have done a good job communicating the message, I think it could be a little stronger. On Monday morning, I know some people are a little confused about where do I go. I didn't know about this.
There's a lot of good input from the Lynn students. Back to the studio. You can never underestimate the power of social media. Lynn University encouraged their students to tweet about politics while observing the front row seat to the Presidential History exhibition located here at our library. Angelica King reports on Lynn's first ever Tweetup gathering.
As Lynn University comes closer to the grand event, the debate, its first ever hashtag #LynnDebateTweetup, a gathering for Twitter users, engaged in the exhibition that was hosted by American Studies professor and resident historian Robert Watson as he leads the audience to the front row seat to presidential history. Laura Steffens, PR specialist, gave us a brief summary as to what the event was all about.
As the organizer of the Tweetup, what influenced you to do this?
Well, Lynn University is really involved with social media. It's really a priority of ours. We're actually 4th in the state of Florida and 43rd in the whole nation for our social media efforts. So we've really been dedicated. We were on Facebook, we were on Twitter, we've been on Twitter for many years, on Facebook before they even had pages and we were allowed to be on Facebook. So we started a lot of new social media programs, and we thought this, the debate being here was a great time to host our first ever Tweetup. With everyone using the Lynn Debate hashtag and so much energy and excitement, and we also have this beautiful library exhibit with all of the different presidential collections that we thought it would be a really great time to do that.
And what kind of influence does Twitter have on the debate?
Twitter's very influential right now, especially in the political domain. People are following all of the different political candidates. Students are following them. A lot of voters, especially between the ages of 18 and 34, are on Twitter and are following them, and that's how they're getting most of their information. The first debate had over 4 million tweets just for the first debate, so we're hoping to even trump that number with the Lynn Debate hashtag and at Lynn University's debate on October 22nd.
As the Tweetup went on, students and faculty from the Lynn community learned a lot about the presidential debates throughout history.
Presidents today are inaugurated on January 20th at noon. That's been ever since 1937. Historically, they were always inaugurated on March 4th.
Dr. Watson's detailed expertise on U.S. presidents kept the audience intrigued. This is Angelica King for Beyond the Brief.
We have now reached the end of our show. Remember that we are at the brink of presidential history here on campus, an exciting experience that you don't want to miss.
Once again, remember to direct your tweets to the iPulse account and be involved as much as possible during this upcoming debate. This is Milan Dorji.
And I am Jennifer Murillo. This is Beyond the Brief.